Week 2 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look here at tight end Pat Freiermuth. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Steelers and the Broncos, and it's coming up next.
It is time for football, as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, Week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the build-up is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, Week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from Denver. Jaleel McLaughlin now on the return. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
If his preparation for this game is of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch, and if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. One of the tight ends in motion right. On the give, it's Williams. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Denver first down.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, right back to Williams. And he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's McLaughlin. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard.
At the Steelers' 21-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
That's another Denver Broncos.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Got it into the hands of Mims.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
They'll run. It's Williams. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4 down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal to go.
He'll try to run it with Williams. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Denver. That his first touchdown of the new year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
He's coming off an incredibly productive game, Mike, where he was able to find the end zone 4 different times through the air and secure the win. But it wasn't perfect by any means. He played well enough to come away with the victory, but with that said, he has to clean up on the interceptions. He knows
the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on first down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They try to run for it with Harris. He will have a Steelers first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
8-yard pickup. First down, Pittsburgh.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it into the hands of Juju.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
And he'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. 2nd and 7. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? A give, and here comes Harris. And the Steelers have a 1st and goal forthcoming. He takes this down to the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Darnell Washington. Touchdown, Steelers.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Is good. That ties the game at 7.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. McLaughlin now on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Now, faking the give. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. This one brought in by Brown. Here's a 3rd and 10. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Now on 4th down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Steelers will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He connects with Mims. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive. A tight end in motion now. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Williams. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And he's gonna get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos are on top. It's 14-10. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Javonte Williams heading out with the Broncos for their next drive. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. A run now with McLaughlin. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Williams gets it on the draw. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. It is 3rd and 10. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. The NFL sack leader for 2023, T.J. Watt, gets in there to bring him down.
Big-time sack there by T.J. Watt, and he certainly picked up right where he led off. Remember last year, Mike, he led the NFL in sacks with 19. He's made a living off making plays in the backfield, and he continues to do so here.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down. Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The next drive about to start. We'll remind you what's coming up here in week 2. A couple of good ones to look forward to. 2 good young quarterbacks going at it later tonight in Houston. The Bears and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, as the new-look Falcons head to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Kickoff there, 8:15 Eastern Time. On the carry, it's Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle's made at the 35-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They send Sutton in motion. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll look to throw again. There's that man again, another catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to the air one more time. His throw left side is complete. He's into space past the 25. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for it.
It is brought in the end zone. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver. Lutz for the extra point. He's got it. The Broncos are out to a 21-10 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Austin now to return this. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Steelers' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down. That's to the big tight end, Freiermuth. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Back to throw. That's complete. It's McLaughlin. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 42-yard line.
They run over center with Williams. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I return to Denver after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. Now they'll set up to throw. Here's a screen from McLaughlin. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
He'll look to throw. He finds Mims. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw yet again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. That is hauled in at the 5. And he will score. Marvin Mims. Touchdown. Broncos. His second touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Austin now to return this. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Steelers offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. Look underneath here for Harris. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Steelers will cut into that lead. The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we come to halftime here in Denver, and the Broncos are out in front as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Cooper Kupp, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Kenneth Gainwell, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. A pass taken in by Harris. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. A run with Harris. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Broncos offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll go with Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop. 2nd down and 8.
At the 47-yard line.
Looking underneath, he finds McLaughlin. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Open man, right side, he's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
What's his kick? Is good. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll throw out of the gun. into the hands of Juju. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. He'll drop to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing now from the gun. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Back to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Give up the middle to Harris. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Steelers are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. McLaughlin now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Got a man open. It's Patrick. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. 3rd and a yard. On the option, here's Williams. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Mims sent in motion here. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He will have the conversion and more. And they will finally run him down.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run it with Williams. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he's not going to be able to get away. Might lose a yard. They've got him back at the 2.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
Here's 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd and 10. On On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. He'll look to throw. Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Here's Harris. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. DJ Jones, the big defensive tackle, with the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A run. Here's Harris. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
McLaughlin now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll come up here 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go again with Williams. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Mims sent in motion here. On 3rd down, here's Williams.
Javonte Williams, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away.
Broncos.